What is up, guys? Welcome back for round 3 of Wizard's Choice. Um, Gotta admit, we're taking a pretty beating. I mean, dude, we got stabbed, we've been hit by arrows. I mean, what is going on? Anyway, let's jump straight in, continuing right where we left off. The castle is quiet and dark. You walk into a wide hallway that branches in two directions. One direction is covered in a thick layer of dust, while the other is covered in footprints. You decide that it would be wise to get a lay of the land before looking for any trouble. Despite the faint smell of rotting flesh from the dusty hall, you decide that it would be wise to go this way first. Less monsters, more treasure. Or at least you hope. You've kept your lantern hooded, only allowing slivers of light out. After all, you want to remain stealthy. The way is dim, however, and you find yourself tripping over rubble and the odd piece of furniture. Ahead there is a stench of rot, making you wonder if there might be something terrible hidden in the shadows. Too bad you can't see in the dark like a goblin. What do you do? Keep the lantern hooded or unhood it? I mean, I suppose it's better to see and not fall over stuff than not being able to see and fall over everything and get ambushed. So we're gonna unhood it. Morale increased by 1. Woohoo! Since you can't appear... what? Since you appear to be entering a vacant part of the castle, you expect your light will not attract enemy attention. And so you unhood your lantern to see your way clearly. As you move along, the cobwebs thicken and... oh dear. Spider Reginald yelps. He points his sword up at the ceiling. There is an enormous hairy spider suspended by a massive yarn-thick webs. The webs are dotted with small silky cocoons you suspect might encase rats or other small prey. With trembling fingers, Reginald sheathes his sword and unslings his bow. He takes in a big breath and he fits an arrow, draws back the string and fires. The spider flails its long legs for a moment and then drops out of the web onto the floor with a thud. The two of you move on, taking extra care to watch the ceiling. Well, that is just marvellous. Eventually, the two of you make your way to a spiral staircase going up. The upper regions of foul places like this are safer than the lower levels, say Reginald. Why in Neville's tongue would that be, you say? Reginald shrugs. Don't ask me what's in the mind of fiends and evil-hearted beasts. Perhaps they prefer darkness and stagnant air below ground. You look up the stairway and sigh. Well, perhaps we can get a view of the courtyard and the goblins from up there. Reginald leads the way up the stairs, which lead to a small tower. Moonlight filters in through two windows. This room is finely furnished and otherwise much more nicely kept than the rest of the castle you've visited so far. There is a small bed, which is still made, on one end, an ornate table and a bookshelf. On the table is an open fairy tale book and a gold-embossed hand mirror. Seeing loot, you forget about the windows and potential view of the courtyard. You pick up the mirror to inspect it. Strange, says Reginald. There's no dust up here. And do you feel a draft? We're in a ruin, you say. Of course there's a draft. I mean, that's a pretty fair point. The glass in the windows is still intact, mutters Reginald. Gazing at your reflection in the mirror, you decide you look pretty good, all things considered. You brush cobwebs from your wavy hair, you smile. You're happy to see that your teeth are looking particularly good. Of course you deserve nice teeth, since unlike most people, you take care of them. Every morning you wipe your teeth with a cloth dipped in a cleaning concoction consisting of vinegar, salt, a little sand, and a small measure... Oh, ew. Dude, that's awful, man. Oh, no, that's nasty. You're about to pull yourself away from the mirror and put it in your backpack when you glimpse a translucent skull with thin, wispy hair just behind you in the reflection. Oh dear, there's a ghost. You spin around and see not a skull, but a young girl floating a few feet in the air. Her pale face fixed on you. Reginald sees it too, as evidenced by him running down the stairway. Alright, sorry for the weird cut there, guys. Just had to quickly go check something. We'll just get straight on. How dare you touch what is mine, the ghostly girl shouts. You back up and reflexively put the mirror back on the table. You have heard tales of powerful ghosts that can suck the life right out of you and wonder if this girl was one of those. Oh, look at that. Run for the stairs, protection. I'm going to apologise. Be like, sorry, dude. I apologise, my lady, you say. It's only that this is such a fine mirror and I wish to admire it. She glares at you for a moment, and then the hard expression on her translucent face softens. I am the Duchess Inverness. My father, the Duke, gave me that as a gift. You've heard stories of Duke Inverness and the mysterious circumstances around the demise of his house. Despite your fear, you feel a pang of sadness for his daughter, who now shimmers before you, trapped in this world. And these books, why, they look like excellent stories in here, you stammer. Read that one to me, the girl commands. Of course, my lady, you answer. Luckily for you, as a wizard, you know how to read. I mean, yeah, makes sense. You pick up the book of fairy tales from the desk and begin on the first page. She stops you and demands that you read her a story about the unicorn. With trembling hands, you page through the book. Eventually, you find the story and begin reading. The ghost floats up behind you as though to peer down at the pictures. You feel a slight chill on your shoulder. Sometime later, you look up from her book and see Reginald peeking around the corner of the stairway at you. You shake your head slightly at them and then return your attention to the book. In the story, the unicorn taps her hoof against a wall in a castle and a secret passage opens up. As you read this, the little ghost girl smiles and says, "There is a secret passage in this castle as well. It is a foul place, a place where people are taken never to return." "Where is this secret passage you speak of?" you ask. "In my father's library. There is a statue, push the arm of the statue down," she explains. You are intrigued by this and wish to ask her more, but she points at the book impatiently, and so you get back to it. Upon finishing the story, the girl demands you read her another. You wonder how long she might keep this up. Time means nothing to her, after all. You would like to get back to Reginald, and what about Kiva's father? Rescuing a merchant might mean a fine reward. And then there's Kiva herself, of course. You would like to find her before something else does. What do you do? I really don't want this ghost to turn dark on me, but I don't want to be stuck here forever reading. Shall we I don't want to attempt it, because if she tries to hurt me, I've only got like 4 life, and I'd need more than that. We'll read oh, I lost one morale. You do as the ghost says and read another story. You do not pay attention to the fairy tale as you are increasingly distracted by the chill just over your shoulder. When you've finished, the ghost demands yet another story to be read. Oh dear. Am I so craven that I'll continue to read to this dead girl while the living need me? I'll read no more unicorn stories tonight, you decide. What do you do? Attempt to excuse yourself. Oh, okay. Kind of a shipment for that to start with. Beautiful and gracious Duchess, might I ask your full name, you ask. Gabriella. Duchess Gabriella of Inverness, she says. My lady, you bow. I beg your pardon, but there is a young woman in the castle below who requires my assistance. There are evil men, I suspect, they threaten her life. A maiden in distress. Why do you dally here then? Begone. Really? Really? Oh well. You need no further encouragement. You step lightly toward the door. Wait. Her voice chills you, but you unwillingly turn back. Take this, she says, and the gold-trimmed mirror floats off the table over to you. I cannot see myself in it any more, she says softly. Generosity befitting a duchess, I thank you most humbly. You bow low, then leave. You find Reginald around the corner of the stairs, his sword at the ready. He begins asking you questions, but you put up your hand. Another time, you say. Woo! The two of you continue through the castle. Occasionally you hear distant things, a shout, a crash, even voices. Soon you come to a door with light streaming out through its cracks. You open the door ever so slightly and peek in. You see a cloaked man frantically pacing back and forth, a torch in his hand. His cloak is open, revealing a muscled frame inked with tattoos. You think you make out at least one of the tattoos to be a symbol of Nerul, god of the dead. Oh dear. This reminds you of the tattooed body of a man hung in the city square only a month ago. He was believed to be an evil priest of Nerul and was accused of terrible crimes, including raising zombies. Focusing on the rest of the room, your fear is quickly confirmed. There is a large stone symbol of Nerul built on the wall. Stonework appears to be of new construction. In addition, there is a luxurious curtain adorning the wall, as well as a number of Spartan beds. Oh dear. Priests of Nerul are not fools and are able to harvest power from their deity to cast dangerous spells. However, you have the element of surprise, and there's only one of them. I'm thinking this is a good spot to leave it. Really hoping we don't die here, because that would suck. On the bright side though, I mean we got 50 gold. That is great. And we read stories to a little ghost girl. Not bad. Right, anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, sorry for the awkward cut before. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still absolutely loving this story. I hope you are too. So again, thank you so much for watching. Bye now.